area space. Area space. I need twice the area space. Why? If I have a pen here, and I need to put the pen back where it belongs, I need twice the area space, unless if it's vertical and linear, because then it would take up less place if it was standing up. It would take up more place if it was lying down. If I have my dishes on the counter, I take the dishes, I put it in the cupboard, I need the same amount of area space. It is the first anniversary of the passing of my brother-in-law, right over here, Sean. I want to get on to the 24-hour day. The number to the cat is 24. The 24 hours a day. If you were the creator, if you were God, right? Why did you rest? Notice that this word over here, right? Refirst. This is number 23, 72, 39, and 33. 39 and 33. Just so funny that I just finished doing this equation. The equation is right over here. Just give me a second. I'm going to show you this equation. It's right here. Whoop. It's right here. In 1960, peace and love. What happened in the 60s? 66 years later, or 69 years to pass these years. If you're counting the 60s, right, it'll be 70. But you're counting the first year and then ending. Well, anyway, 69 years. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. 60 years passed, but creation, the cycle, is 3 days. So before anything becomes into its first cycle, you complete 3 years. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is in October. We pass on to October 4th. Now something's happening on October 4th. There's going to be some kind of test. We have 66 years, okay, which is freedom 66. Pass 55, 121, and freedom fox is 111. It's the core of 36 numbers, which passes through 16 through 21 equals to 111. And either we're going to use 23 or 14. And in artwork of 36 numbers, we're going to create the hexagon cube right over here, hexagon cube. So we're going to go on to part number 2, 9 Lives of the Cat. We're going to go on to the 24 hours reset, the day of rest. This is also note. You can look as the asterisk is found on number 8, R, East, R, East. They're both East. One is French, one is English. I do this in French and English. Reset, 12 and 12 equals to 24. 12 times 12 equals to 144. So the multiplication, which can be done in one box, to where the addition is going to split the boxes. To where the addition, I can put just a point over here. And the multiplication, right, is going to create also this. This is going to be Mars. This will be Earth. Notice the X and O is for Earth, right? Or is it, if we turn it this way, it will be the diamond on the cross. So now we have 144. At the same time, 1 and 2 is 3. 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 Here we end up with 6. Here we end up with 9. The artwork for that, we've done it before. I'm going to do it really small this time. Right, in rotation, the percentage key found on the 5 inside the E world does this, and then we create this item over here. Notice we have the 3 buildings, 2 twin towers, and 1 comes down. So we have this 144, 168. God rests on the 7th day after 6 days of creation, 144 hours, minus the 24. We're actually working on 120. Now let's see if I don't forget 120. If we add up 1 over to 15, the game of pool, it equals to 120. If we add up 1 to 20, equals to 210, and that would be pool, and this would be darts. So we use the pool ball, the cue stick. Now, when you have 21 dots on a cube, if you put the 1 dot up, there's going to be 1 dot, okay, and you will have 14 to the pole. You will have a total of 15, and you have 6 in the dark, or in the ass. Then what happens when you flip it over and you have the 6 dot to the 14? Sorry, that's wrong. 14 to the ring. 1 is to the pole. The bottom part of the pole. We already know that if it was a pole, we'd have to do this. You know, the way the Fibonacci goes, the spiral. So on this side, right, the spiral goes this way. When you get to the top, the spiral will come down this way, right? So what we're going to do over here, this one's going to equal to 20. That's going to equal to this, the letter O, the letter T. The invert to the letter O is the letter L. The invert to the letter T is the letter G. The half alphabet to the letter O is going to be the letter, that's, I'm just trying to think. That is, yes, that's 2. So it'll be B, and it'll be Y, and this one over here is going to be G and T, and there is no half. There is an extension between A and M on this one, your ATM, and then this one, no, actually this G goes with A and M, and T goes with N and Z, Zion, New Zealand. And it just so happens in gematria, they all equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 7, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 77. Matter is 77. Power is 77. 23, 38, and 16. 51, 61, 77. It just so happens that Christ is also 77, ending with ST. Bring on the gold. Or maybe it's the fake gold. You okay? There's our gateway right here. You're okay for the gateway, buddy? Can I clean your nose? Can I? Okay. Okay, I did that. So when we have all these, what's going to happen is O is 15. L is 12. B is 2. Y is 25. But I'm going to leave it on this page. So we see what's going on over here. Now, why do I get all this? And all this is related to the moon. The moon diameter is 2160. All zeros equal to 6 because the letter O is the 15th letter. 1 and 5 is 6. It's also equal to 7 if you work the math out, and the 2. So what happens with O is it becomes 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 5 and 6 equals to 11K. 11 is 1 times 1 equals to 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. 2 and 1 equals to 3. F, the inverted cube to F, is both 1 and 2, equaling to 3, starting with K, K9. Now we're going to get on to the next piece. In your next piece, how can I create a 3 if I'm going to create a 3 square? I can create my 3 this way, or if I created it this way. If I want to make my B, I can make my B this way. But usually in B, they usually extend the nose a little bit further. I'm just trying to look where I did this somewhere, where they extended the nose on the B a little bit bigger, taking up 2 areas, taking up 1 area. When you take up 2 areas like this is going to represent Mars. When you take up 1 area, that's going to represent Earth. See the way we have to try and find a way to cut the corners many different ways, right? Many different ways. Also, this is half of the M letter. If I wanted to draw art with the letter R, this is the way I would do it. And I do it this way, and then I would do it this way. So we're looking at some kind of linear building over here through the R letter that's on an angle. The other thing is, here's the H. So here's the empty space. So I'm going to be trying to, or I'm going to be creating letters, fat letters, skeleton letters, bubbled letters with form, and then filling in some empty space so we can understand that what is the empty space. And when we have the empty space in H, we're actually going to be looking at two C's or two I's on each side of the letter I, which is part of the H. This is the S, but when I put an H next to it, it turns it into a 9. You see the open space we have here? 2 in the center, and then we have 3 over here. We don't want to touch the walls. And we have this piece over here. I think it's something to do with a ribbon. And then we have the right angle and the left angle, right? We have to understand that as well. So here we have L12 through B. Let me see if I get this right. The opposite of B is Y. The half alphabet, okay, is the second letter, is the second to last letter in the half alphabet. Notice the way, well, I don't know, just give me 1 second. Yes, it's the 12th letter. That's correct. The opposite of the 12th letter is the 15th letter. The opposite of the B, and this is in the half alphabet. Yo 11, Mars and Earth. When designed like this, Mars. When designed like this, the donut, Earth. When designed like this, Earth. When designed like this, Mars. Notice that R, 18th letter. The invert is I. 1 and 8 is 9. They both become 9 and 9. Unlike B2 to Y7. 5 plus 2 equals to 7. Y representing Earth. Also to understand that there's going to be 7 empty spaces over here. Thank you. So at the same time, where does V come in? Just give me a second. V22, ape, bust, life. The opposite to V22 is 5E. Now I want to figure out why I wrote that. Okay, I just remembered why I wrote it. Because R is the 5th letter in Gematria. V is the 5th letter in Gematria. I is the 5th letter in Gematria. E is the 5th letter in Gematria. In Gematria, B, O, Y, boy, and L are all number 2s. They are also what is the half alphabet. When you go the half alphabet, it's A and M on one side, and on the other side it's N and Z, like Zion, New Zealand. Each one of these are going to create mathematical equations. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals to what is 10 and 7 equals to 17. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is going to equal to 6 and 5 equals to 11. So you have a K for king and a Q for queen. The king and the queen. So if this is the way it would be, we would have the king out of Mars, and we'd have the queen on Earth. You notice we only have 3 points here and 4 points over here to create a circle. Don't forget we have this one over here, right? That's mathematically, otherwise it's O, and it becomes Mars. So what happens is 4 will become 4 by 90 for 360, and 3 by 120 for 360. January represents the moon, 2160 diameter of the moon. We did it over here. The total of this is 103. 103 represents September. And Mercury. The half alphabet. If I have to, why did I mark this? Because if I did, what did I do? Is that a 3? Is that a 1? Is it a B? Is it 13? Is it 1 or 3? Now, is it an R? Is it 1 or 2? So if it's a 13, the invert to numbers of 13 using the first, do we use the first 19? Do we first use the first 20? We're going to start at 2b. Whoop, push my pen on the floor. We're going to start at 2b, and we're going to end at y. And the reason for that, the reason I'm going to end at y and start at b, just give me a second. Okay, it's too bad I lost my trend of thought, but I'm starting with b, okay, because that's the letter that I started with for 12. So the b is going to be for the boy, and the r is going to be for the girl. And the reason for that is because the b will create a 13, the r will create a 12. 13, 1 and 3 is 4 for Mars. So now I'm gotta write this down here. We have 13b is the letter M, okay? And the inverted alphabet to M is N, right? Now we have more of an alphabet to do. This is number 1, this is number 1, A is number 1, and Z is number 1 because of what the B looks like. Did I get that done over here? Did I do it on the next page? Just trying to see if I did it on this page. No, I didn't. Did I do it on this page? No, I didn't. The minutes of a clock, time, and in minutes, what it says. So we're going to go over here, and we have these letters. Now, if I take all these letters and I invert it back to the alphabet, Z will be A, M will be N. It'll be the same thing, except the values will be 8, 1, 5, and 4. And yes, we had the 13 becomes 4, and the 12 becomes 3. This 13 was B. This one is R. So the divided numbers are 3 and 4. To where this one here is man, it is king. I'm just trying to remember. Just give me a second. Let me look over here. Where the O was Mars inside of B. 13. So this part would be Mars. That means this part would be Earth. Let me just write that down. There's a lot going on. Sorry that I'm having a little trouble here. This one would be Earth. Just give me a second. I'm trying to. So the Mars would be the 4 by 90, and the Earth would be 3 by 20, running our one moon. When you add up A, B, C, okay, it equals to 6. If you add the D4, it equals to 10, and that would be, that would be the mirror. 1 plus 0 is 1. We start over again. But A, B, C is equal to 6. A and B is equal to 3. Once you get C, it equals to 6, and then D equals to 10. It becomes 6 and 1, and that becomes your inverted cube, 6 and 1. I'm just trying to see where else I was with this. Also to note that B, just give me a second, this would be the king and the queen. The king gets the 13. It's the 13th card. And 7. This is the Mayan cycle. 13 parts of the gear and 7 parts of the gear. And the queen would be 8. The queen is 8. I'm just trying to see 8 and 8 and 12. That would be purple. When you play the game of ball, the 4 and the 12 are purple. The 8 difference is in between. So it's just, they're showing you like pieces and parts like I showed you with the artwork. When you add them together, it equals to 25. The word Jack is for 25, and it's the Q gate. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals to what is 1 and 7, 17Q. And the invert to that is J, almost like Jack and Queen, right? 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to what is 7 and 8. The division between Earth and Mars, the division between what is the king and the queen. Also to note that since it's 4 and 3, we have to look at W and X at the 23rd and the 24th letter. The inverted alphabet are these denominations, and also the inverted half alphabet to what is W, X, Y, Z. You would have N, O, P. You would have, I think it's Q. Is it Q? Z, Y, 26, 25, 24. Then it would be this one, and you would have 14, 15, 16. Right. So that would be 17. 17Q. And then for this one over here, you would just do, hold on, 26, 25. This one's 24. So that would be 15O. That would be the 15. Let me see. Did I get that right? Or is it the 16? Let me see this. Go down by, go 26, 25, 24, boom, 23, 14, 15, 16, 17, 26, 25, 24 is over here. So we go down 26, 14, 15, 16. Sorry, it's P. I don't know how I got that wrong. 16P. So you have PQ like in Quebec. The total is 33. The total is 7. The total is 47. Time gate, creation and rotation of the sun, 6 and 9. Now 6 and 9. 1, 2, 3 by 7, 861. The house is 68. The 9 lives of the cat communication is 2 and 4. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 6 and 8. There are 168 hours in a week. 1, 9, and 8. I forget what the situation. 2 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 2. Heaven's birth. In between what is 1 and 8? This cube over here inverts to what is 6. The reason for that is there's 9 area spaces to this. 3, 2, 1 by 7. You add them up. We have 3108. The heaven's cube. 80 is for bronze. 108 when it's broken up equals to 36, 3 parts, 360, 360, 360, 3 rings. When you divide it, it becomes 1036. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is what creates 18 and 9. 18 and 9 inside the same numbers. 18 and 9. The total is 27, the red house of bait. If you reduce it to the number 3, this is full cycle. This is one side of the cycle. 3 times this is 369, 963, 9 and 3, 12, 1 and 2, 3, 6 and 6, 12, 1 and 2, 3, 3 and 9, 12, 1 and 2, 3, 3 little pigs in the cycle of 1, 4, 7. Divide any one of these numbers by 3, and the remainder will always be this. Multiply it by 3 and add them to a single digit. The number is going to be this. 2 times 3 is 6, by 3 is 12. 1 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, by 2 is 18. 3, 6, 9. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, same numeric value. I'm not really sure if I left anything out, and I know I did. I know I left a bunch out. I'm always a little bit, seems to be a little bit all over the place. But this is your basic setup. By the way, Mercury is 103, and the initials for JC. Not that it can be Jesus Christ, right? Not that it can be Jesus Christ. Jesus, 74, energy. Christ, 77, matter. Just by coincidence, Mars and Earth. Just by coincidence, it equals to 151, all of Mars. This part over here, Mars 51 equaling to 6, Earth 52 equaling to 7, 6 and 7. To create it, you need the sweet 16, or 91, whichever way you want to work it out, because this can be flipped upside down. So now we can create new equations, Mars and Earth coming together. 5, 2, and 8 hertz are vibration. When you multiply it by 3, it makes 15, 6, and 24. 1 and 5, 6, 6, 24, 6. To that vibration of 2, 3, and 4, or 4, 3, 2, and 6, 6, 6, creates that 90-degree angle. 6 and 2, 8. This becomes 1, 9, and 8. But when you add them together, it creates 4 and 6. It creates 0. Add the 1. Add the 1. It creates 90. 90 is for January. 90 is also 96 as well as 99. Why? Because 0/9 added to any number and to a single digit will always equal to the same number. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. Jesus gets number 2, and Christ gets number 5. That brings Earth together. When you cut something in half, you double it up again. At the same time, if you multiply it, 7 by 4, 28. 2 and 8 is 1. 7 times 7 is 49. 4 and 9 is 13. Remember 13 for man. 1 and 3 is 4. Into the sun. 3 and 9. 10. Angel. And the number to the moon works the same way. And the number for energy works the same way. 13 and 31 and 13. 31 and 13 and 31 equals 57, 75. It's actually electric and not energy. Energy is 74. So that's that vibration. Where else am I going to go with? So that's Fox 45. Now the invert to 666 is going to be 888. HQZ, or possibly just headquarters. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm a little bit all over the place. But everything is absolutely, mathematically perfect. All the way down and all the way up to the reset back into the moon of the 168 hours if you were the good old Lord and you rested on the first day of your creation to reset. Also to note, there's 21 dots in a cube, 21 dots for the chicken to hatch. 4 by 21 is Pluto, and it will create a division between night and day because of its math. 22 and 44. I'm going to explain that in another video. Everything, it doesn't matter what it is, there's a relationship. Everything has been, we have it right in front of us. I'm just going to end the video now. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. 1111 is also like 12. 11 will create 12. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 is the 12th letter, or 12 if you want. You can say, well, you know what, I don't want to believe it. It's a hypothesis, and it works out to that. It creates both numbers. The same thing with prime. 11 will create 3 prime. 12 will create 5 prime. 13 will create 7 prime. And 14, right, which is now a reflection, because there's a difference between 3 and 4. There's a reflection, the 3 on this side and the 4, right? 3 and 4. That's your primary. 3.5 is the center, and 13.5 is the division of the sun. 135 says SUN as well as ACE. And when you create ACE, it creates 2 parts over here and 1 part here. The 2-part separation for Earth, the 1 part is for Mars. The 2 moons of Mars fit with Earth. The 2 moons of Mars fit with Earth. The 1 moon of Earth fits with Mars. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and love. Peace and love. Say peace and love. Good night.